My wife got me tickets to see The Phantom of the Opera live, and I've decided to watch every film adaptation I can get my hands on before that. I've put together a set of drinking game rules that I'm using, and I'm scoring each movie based on liver lethality. This is episode 2, Song at Midnight. This is a Chinese adaptation from 1937 that is often regarded as China's first horror film. If you're thinking about watching it, I gotta tell you, it took me a couple of tries, and it's no fault of the movie itself. I'm no stranger to black and white films, nor foreign language films, but what I tend to steer away from are films where the audio-visual rip is kind of terrible. It's not the movie's fault though. The problem is it was practically a lost film that was recorded on nitrate, and nitrate ages like milk, and then it was ripped digitally, which only added a bunch more problems and artifacts and whatnot. There's some parts in the early portion of the film where I don't even know what I was looking at. Anyways, I did some research on the movie before I watched and knew that it was going to be politically charged, so I read up a little bit on what was going on in China around the time of the making of this film. And honestly, if I didn't know any of the backstory, I don't think I'd have been nearly as transfixed with this movie. It's kind of a masterpiece. That being said, I do have to give this a liver lethality score, and before you say anything, yes, I kind of feel bad about doing it, because this movie is not a drinking movie. Honestly, it's kind of depressing as hell, so. Anyways, Song at Midnight gets a liver lethality score of 2. Yeah, I know, maybe a letdown for some people, but I assure you I was counting perfectly according to the rules, and I would say I was even being generous when I was giving swig points to the phantoms slinking around in the dark. Altogether, somewhere around the neighborhood of 20 to 25 swigs. It should be noted that this movie does not have a masquerade Red Death costume, and it also does not have a chandelier that falls down. So it's missing 2 major opportunities to finish your drink. You could argue that he gets unmasked twice, though. Like 10 years apart. So I'm going to award 2 drink finishers there. The entire plot of this movie takes place over a decade, and I'm going to be honest, this movie is way too dense to describe the plot of in the time I have in short form, but rest assured, it's amazing. You got a theatrical troupe of youngsters representing future generations of Chinese trying to put on a play in an old, decrepit theater that they themselves are now in charge of fixing for some reason, which represents the state of China and the old ways that let China become susceptible to foreign invasion and subjugation. Previous versions of the Phantom plot had the Phantom be born with a skeletal face, but wouldn't you know it, this is the very first adaptation to feature the Phantom actually being attacked and intentionally disfigured. It's horrible, and everything that happens afterward is horrible, but adaptations-wise, it's fascinating. Anyways, I'm running out of time, so thank you, bye.